So for those of you who used last night's game plan, you should have had a phenomenal green day. I made it very, very clear that the best level to be buying call options on the SPY, especially if we are gapping down, which we did end up doing, is going to be the break and retest level at 554, which was the exact lows of the day. And then in terms of the levels for put options, especially if we were gapping down, was going to be at that previous closing price, 559. Once the previous closing price tested for the first time, the SPY ended up pulling back, making for a very lucrative opportunity to be scalping put options against the overall trend for the day. And then in terms of the best level for put options, it was the exact high of day, 563, written in the title of last night's video on where to be buying put options. Therefore, losing is a personal choice. In terms of Team Roar, we ended up going 3 for 3 as a team, as a whole, as a collective, with a 100% success rate. In terms of my trades, I ended up doing SPY call options only. The main trade that I ended up making was during the power hour trading session, a 300% profit return, buying 558 SPY calls at 50 cents, adding into the winners several times very, very quickly, and then selling for a 300% profit return at 200 cents a contract. In terms of G-Roar, he ended up buying put options directly at the market open for nearly a 100% profit return. Let's get straight into the new money-making game plan. Then towards the end, I'm going to be breaking down the trades that we ended up making. So, in terms of the overall market, you need to understand, based off of the daily chart pattern, the SPY is leaning more towards bullish. Now, in terms of determining if the trend's going to be bullish or bearish heading into tomorrow, it's going to be a bit more difficult, in my opinion, if the SPY is not gapping up. So, based off the overall daily chart patterns, the SPY is currently reversing at that gap that we spoke about towards the low 550 range. We have this gap right here towards 551. Ever since it's hit this key support, it's been reversing and it's been trying to have that strong break of trend. In order for that strong break of trend to occur, the bulls need to break above 563 and turn that into support. Until then, the SPY is going to overall maintain bearish, but even if it's maintaining bearish, there's going to be lucrative opportunities to be buying call options at key oversold levels, like I gave you in last night's video, 554, the exact lows. So with that being said, based off of the daily chart pattern, I went back historically, and what caught my attention was, this is nearly at the same support. You can see we have this strong bullish daily candlestick, we have this strong bullish daily candlestick, and then we have this strong bullish daily candlestick, then we have this strong bullish daily candlestick. So with that being said, the next day, if we do gap up, it should be a strong bullish trend day, and then we could potentially drop towards the end of the day. And in terms of the timing of that, the ideal situation would be if SPY has a nice pullback and then it retests the double top towards the close. That would be the ideal entry for puts for a small sell-off into the close. So the easiest play I'm seeing is if we have a small gap up and if the previous closing price is reacting bullish on a flat open or ideally a gap up. Based off of the daily chart foundation for an overall strong bullish trend day and for the easiest play that I'm seeing as of now, the SPY is going to need to gap up. So we're going to need to open up above 560.97. If we open up above 561 and we're reacting as support and we are maintaining above that key, 560.70 area, this previous resistance right here, if this were to react to support and we're pushing above 561, ideally with a small gap up, if not a flat open, then what's going to happen is, as long as the SPY is staying above 567, right? And you can even say like 560.30. As long as we're staying above 560.30 to 560.70, but ideally a small gap up above 561, it's going to be an overall bullish day. So that's the main thing that you need to understand in terms of the easy money-making opportunity. Heading into the market open tomorrow, if I'm seeing that we are maintaining above 560.30, if I'm seeing a small gap up, if I'm seeing we're maintained above the previous closing price, then overall it's going to be a strong bullish trend day. Now, in that particular situation, the levels that we would be going to would be the following. So if previous closing price reacts as a support, the next profit target is going to be the next resistance level, which is a double top. You could see right here towards 563. The level in the middle of that is going to be towards 561.60. Now, in terms of the level above 563, The next level above 563 is going to be right around here towards this 564.60 to 565.60 range. The next level above that is going to be 567. We do have a gap that is waiting to fill above right here at 567. That would be the best level to consider buying put options for a pullback first. If you're seeing red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, if there is a break of trend and the bulls finally take control and hold above 561 throughout the entire day, the best and only main level for puts would be 567. Now, in terms of a final idea, and again, this is if we are holding above 561 throughout the entire day, if the SPY, is having a strong bullish trend day and we're hitting the profit targets I mentioned, if you see a pullback during the middle of the day, if you see a pullback during the middle of the day, or if you see a pullback into the close, then what you can do is you can try to short the double top as long as the market is about to close, ideally during the power hour trading session past 3 p.m. So if you're seeing the SPY, retest some sort of double or triple top resistance level that ended up forming during the day at one of those higher resistance levels I gave you ideally. But as long as the SPY had a nice little pullback and then it spikes back up, it retests the highs of that, initial resistance level towards the end of the day, it's likely going to double, triple top, whatever the situation is, into the close for a nice quick sell-off for put options during the power hour trading session, right? So just look for the pullback. If we get a pullback, short the double top. It could even be a triple top, right? Wherever you're seeing the major resistance. And then again, that is only for the close. That is past power hour, during the power hour trading session. If you're seeing it, the SPY is going to try to lose small gains into the close instead of directly closing strong and bullish at the high of day based off the overall pattern. So that's the first trade idea. And like I said, if we're holding above 560.30, there's no reason for puts. We're going to be buying call options. The levels for calls that we're going to be watching are going to be 560.30, previous closing price, 561. Above that, 561.50 is a break and retest level. Above that, 562 is a break and retest level. Anything above that, I'm not really interested in buying calls, more of just holding, scaling out, setting profit stops, from the entries that I would have taken beforehand if there's confirmations at the overall levels, right? I'm just letting you know, man. The easiest move heading into tomorrow is if we're opening up flat and if we're just staying above 560.30. But again, for true strength and for a true bullish trend day, not only do we need to hold above 560.30, but ideally it needs to just stay above the previous closing price, and a small gap up is a massive green flag that it's going to be an overall bullish trend day. And then I gave you the idea for puts, right? So I'm making it very clear, man. If we are just holding above 560.30, it's going to be a bullish trend day, and we're going to be buying calls throughout those levels, setting the profit stops, selling into the levels, next resistance levels, leaving runners into the close, sell the runners, and then look for that last play on puts, man. It's just so fucking simple. It's going to be a strong bullish fucking trend day if we hold above 560.30. If we have a small gap up or we're opening up flat towards 561, and as long as we don't go under 560.30, bullish calls, break and retest at the levels, bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. So that is the first game plan. Now, let's say that 560.30 cracks and we're reacting bearish. This is what I want you to understand. Then it's going to struggle with the bullish trend day, and what's going to happen is it's going to drop first, then it's going to potentially bottom at one of the key levels. Based off the daily chart foundation and based off the overall game plan, it is showing that it's going to be a lot more difficult in terms of me giving you this plan and in terms of the preparation beforehand with the curriculum that I've created, how I trade in terms of the overall technical analysis, in terms of the game plan the night before. What I'm telling you is, in terms of this overall video, it's going to be a lot more difficult to be profitable based off the curriculum that I have a day before, and there's a lot more curriculum in terms of market open, but based off of what I'm giving you right now, it's going to be a lot more difficult in a sense to be green if we crack 560.30, in my opinion. There's lack of daily chart foundation. There's lack of patterns. The market's not going to give us, in terms of, a day before it opens, the most lucrative, predictable opportunities every single day, which is why you have to be aware of what's predictable and lucrative and what's not and what's more random, where you just kind of sit on the sidelines and then you wait for better confirmations. You wait for more curriculum to show up during normal trading hours, right? So I'm just going to be very, very clear with you. If we're going under 560.30 it's going to be a bit more difficult to trade, in my opinion, heading into tomorrow based off of the preparation a night in advance. If we're seeing some sort of pattern at the levels I'm going to be giving you during normal trading hours, it'll be very easy in a sense. But in terms of a day before the market open in preparation, is going to be a bit more difficult, because what I'm telling you is the daily chart is lacking a pattern if we're reacting bearish. And if we do react bearish, it could flip bullish. And I am seeing signals throughout the daily chart where if it does react bearish, we could flip bullish. But let's get into this, man. So this is what I have to say. If we go under 560.30, market is going to drop a little bit and it's going to react a little bit bearish. Now, in terms of one of the best levels where I do believe we can bounce first is going to be towards this break and retest level. So looking at the 30-minute chart, it would be towards 570.70, right? This key resistance right here, this key resistance right here. You have a break, you have a retest, you have a break. If it drops back down, slightly above this previous resistance right here, which was towards 577.50. New level, new zone would be towards like 570.70 to 558. In between that overall zone is where the SPY is going to be a phenomenal opportunity to use the break and retest strategy. For those of you who watched last night's game plan, I made it very clear that the SPY was likely going to bounce first, and this would be one of the best levels to be buying call options for the SPY at this break and retest level. This was the level I gave you right here at 554. And I explained to you how I came up with that level. It was a previous pattern where when the SPY formed this 30-minute candlestick, had a massive move to the upside. Once it dropped back down to the red wick, it ended up bottoming. Surely enough, that was the exact lows on the day. Such a phenomenal opportunity to use the break and retest strategy. And what I'm telling you now is the newly updated level is towards 550.70 to 558. Now, with this overall level, you're going to need to use strong bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. This is not an auto buy level, and if we do continue to react bearish later on throughout the day, I'm telling you, it's very, very likely that we're going to have a strong bounce first. If the SPY goes under 560.30, we're going to have a strong bounce first, very, very likely towards that 557.50 overall zone. So keep an eye on 557.50 to 558 if the market's reacting bearish for overall calls, right? If you are seeing, and this can be an easy play for puts, if you're seeing the SPY quickly go under 560, you can try buying puts. If you're seeing resistance in lower highs and bearish confirmations in between 560 to 559.50, you can try a quick scalp on overall puts, right? So the only main game plan for puts is if we go under 560. That would be the easiest opportunity for puts. In terms of the daily chart foundation, I told you it is lacking some overall curriculum on the bearish side, but it is saying that what can potentially happen is if we go under 560, it's a good scalp for puts, get in, get out, set the profit stop, and then we could potentially bottom and bounce towards 557.50 to 558. If the market is staying above 557.50, what you need to understand is it's going to be a situation where it was like yesterday, where the market drops, it hits our key break and retest level, and then it's a strong bullish closing trend day. So another thing that I want you to be aware of is, because I am seeing curriculum where, like I said, if we go under 560, you can try a quick scalp on puts, sell into the move, set the profit stops, then you can look for calls towards 557.50 to 558, and as long as the SPY is staying above the 557s, you need to understand that it's going to be a strong bullish closing trend day. Use all of that information that I just gave you, man. Based off of everything I'm seeing and what I just said, with all of that, I'm extremely confident you're going to be able to print, man. You're going to be able to print both ways. Everything should work out to an exact T. And in terms of break of trends, let's discuss break of trends. So if we do go under 557, then the market is going to try to have an overall bearish trend day. I'm not really interested at the current moment with the current patterns of attempting to buy puts at lower levels. Like I said, if we go under 560, you could try a quick scalp. And then if market reacts bullish, you can look for the idea towards right before the market's about to close, or you can look towards, for the double top right before the close, for just a small drop into the close, power hour trading session. You look for 567 gap close reversal puts if market's staying above 561, right? But just so you understand, if there is a break of trend in terms of this idea, right? So if we go under 557, bears are going to try to take control, and the market's not going to attempt to have that strong bullish day. But just remember, later into the day, if it goes back and reacts to support and bullish, then you could try calls as well. But if we do go under 557, it's going to be less likely to have a bullish day. In terms of the next level we're going to go to, we're going to go to 554.60. Next level below 554.60 is going to be 551.80. Next level above 551.80 is going to be 549. Now, as of now, in terms of the overall, and this is likely going to change, but based off of everything that I'm seeing, the easy money is in the first two game plans that I gave you, which should be very easy for you to identify. If it's reacting as support, reacting as resistance, waiting for levels to break out, retest, waiting for levels to break down, retest. Like, it's so fucking easy. It's like we're only buying fucking puts if we're going below 560 for the quick scalp. And then we're looking for calls at 557.50 to 558, the lower levels, if we go under 560. If not, market's reacting bullish, we're holding above, 560.30 to 567, then we're just going to be buying calls, right? Very, very simple. That's the most simple way to trade. In my opinion, the most complicated way to trade heading into tomorrow is if we go under 557. If we go under 557, what I would tell you is, man, be very meticulous, be extremely careful, wait for big overreactions, big bull and bear traps, look for retest, and be extremely careful, man. I'm not too interested in trading, and in terms of the curriculum that I'm providing you in the overall game plans, this is the one I would sway away from. If we're just going under 557, I would just chill and sit on the sidelines. Now, in terms of us, obviously we're going to be making trades, but in terms of, me giving you game plans a day before it advance with the overall curriculum and self-sufficiency, what I would tell you is the worst overall trading situation and the toughest trades would be if we go under 557, man. It's going to try to react bearish later in today, could try to flip bullish, but it's just not ideal. If we go under 557, like I said, go to 554, next level below that, 552, and it could bounce to the overall levels. But based off the curriculum and what I'm seeing, it's just not ideal, man. I don't want to really give you any recommendations or really any trade ideas if we're going under 557. We could potentially bounce at 553.60. This is a very strong support level. Under that, a very strong support level that is very unlikely to hit tomorrow. 547, I would just be auto buying calls. What I would tell you is if we're going under 557, it's less likely to be bullish, but later into the day, as long as we didn't drop too far under 557, if it reacts bullish later, then it's going to try to have a strong bullish close, right? And you can keep your eyes on a dip buying opportunity towards 553.70 if you're seeing strong support towards that 554 zone, right? But just be extremely careful, man. In my opinion, it's going to be a lot tougher to be trading if we're going under 557. It's not going to be as easy as the overall idea as I mentioned, but we should have an opportunity to make that morning trade towards this 560 range, which is going to be so easy because, like I said, we're only buying puts if we go under 560 and there's bearish confirmations, right? If we're pushing above 561, we're buying fucking calls as long as we're holding above 560.30. Market's overall bullish. If we flip bearish and go under 560.30, we quickly drop to 558 to 557.50, try to bounce first. And then if we do end up going under 557, that's more of a danger zone where I would just encourage you to be extremely careful, be very meticulous, don't trade a lot. If you want maybe just one trade, and what you can do is you can just look for overreactions. Like let's say we go to 557.50. This is one trade idea I have for you. And again, these are the least favorite trade ideas I have for you, and I believe these are going to be the toughest, so use the best confirmations if this happens. If we go under 557.50, a good opportunity to potentially scalp calls would be towards previous day lows at 553.70 on the initial reaction. Use bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations in the 1-minute chart as well, right? And another idea is, if we do go under 550.70 and then we have a strong drop to 554 or even lower, the lower the better. Another idea I have for you is the breakdown and retest. If we have a strong sell-off going under 557, you can wait for the market to bounce back to 557.50 to 558. If it reacts as a resistance, you can try puts playing for the lower highs. And in the meantime, you could try to scalp calls at 553.70. And then if we do go below that, I really don't have much for you. I have a ladder for you. The next level we go to is 552. Next level we go to is 549. Next level we go to is 547. 547 is an automated buy level. Another strong buy level would be towards 548.80. That's what I have for you, and that's what I would have to say if the market flipped overall super bearish, right? And you just need to understand in terms of adding on to this overall thesis, right? Because some of you wondering, is this going to be a bullish closing week or a bearish closing week? So right now, we are at the make or break upper zone for there to be a true break of trend and to be a strong bullish closing week and not bearish, what needs to happen is the SPY heading into tomorrow needs to stay above 557. If we stay above 557, then overall we can potentially have a break of trend where the market is going to be a strong bullish week. If we're going under that and closing bearish, then that's really bad signs of a bullish week heading into tomorrow, as we'll be into the middle of the week, right? For the bulls to maintain in control and for the bulls to have this break of trend where it flips from bearish to bullish on the overall week, heading into tomorrow, we would need to hold above 557, and that means we could potentially have a bullish week. But for a true break of trend, we need to break above 563. If we break above 563, the way I see it as of now, the bulls are going to have a strong bullish closing week, and that would be an indication to stay the fuck away from puts, and it's not likely going to have a bearish closing week. So the bears, to have their bearish closing week, they need to go under 557, but at the end of the day, they simply need to stay under 563, but they need to really crack under that 559. Bears need to stay below 559 to 563 for an overall bearish week. Break of trend, SPY's holding above 557, SPY breaks above 563, super bullish week. And then what I said before that was overall bearish week with that information. SPY needs to stay below 563 to 559. So use this curriculum, especially the first two game plans. You're going to be printing money at the speed of light, man. You're going to be printing non-fucking stop. Do you understand? I'm giving you the best game plans a day before the market opens. I'm giving you the best curriculum possible. I looked at my comment section. Do you know how many comments I received and how many people joined today of people saying, man, I bought puts. I day traded the puts at the high of day and I made 100%. Thank you so much. I bought at the exact high of day. My level, 563, written in the title, the best level to buy puts was the exact highs on the day. You know, there are certain things that I'm not capable of doing, and one thing that I'm not capable of doing is finding another channel out there that is putting the exact high of day of where to buy puts a day before the market opens. Do you understand? I give you the best game plans possible to be printing at the speed of fucking light before, even if you wanted to join my secured private organization, you could be making money and becoming self-sufficient and printing at the speed of light. I'm giving you the absolute best fucking game plans to print, and I teach you the curriculum that we use at our levels and at our game plans to print and to go green every single fucking day. This is a never-ending, unlimited fucking green streak that just keeps on fucking winning, man. Like I said, man, if you are not fucking green today, it's just a good sign, man, to either take a break or just to quit trading, man. Like, I'm telling you, man, these are the easiest days to be fucking trading, especially 0 days, with the way I teach you how to trade overall 0 days, man, with the way how we trade. Look at this, man. I'm going to get into the fucking results. I'm going to get into the fucking gains. You guys are well aware. We have the best 0-day options trading alerts in the market. We have the best 0-day options trading alert system in the market. And we have the best game plans within the market. Unlimited fucking printing, unlimited fucking winning, non-fucking stop, man. So many people were commenting, explaining their wins and their profits by buying put options at the key levels. And if you watched last night's video, I literally fucking told you, man. 554. Not only do I give you the best fucking levels for puts, man, we sold off multiple times during extended hours at the 559 previous closing price gapping down. We even sold off later into the day at 559. The lower level worked. The higher level was the exact fucking high. There was a red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation with fucking 2 hours of resistance. 2.5 fucking hours of resistance, man. If you're not in puts by fucking here or by fucking here, you're fucking lost and you should not be fucking trading, man. It's like, dude, there was a break right here. Look, I'm going to walk you through the market, then we're going to go over to trades. I'm going to show you exactly how you should have seen the market today if you use my game plan, and then I'm going to be breaking down the trades. So in last night's game plan, I explained to you why 554 was a break and retest level where we want to buy calls. This was resistance, and if you go back historically, when the SPY has a break above this 30-minute wick right here, it's this like red trend reversal 30-minute wick. When it has a strong overreaction to the upside, a strong breakout, once it drops back down and retests towards the highs of that red candle, it tends to spike first. So we had such a massive overreaction to the upside where the SPY went from 554 all the way to 559, and then it quickly sold right back off, bottoming and retesting with this nice pin right here for a bullish recovery. And then I explained to you in last night's video how I came up with the 559 and 563 level based off of the overall weekly chart, and I made it very clear if you listen to the video, the most likely outcome is we drop first at 559 to 563. And surely enough, the most likely outcome played out, just like it did the day before that. And the day before that, it was on calls. So we make money trading both fucking ways. The most likely outcome ended up working out once a fucking again. We dropped multiple times in the pre-market, and you could trade futures during extended hours trading session at the 559 level. We gapped down. We bottomed at the break and retest level. Those two levels fucking worked. You could trade both ways. Then we had a strong bullish move to 563, and there was no reason for fucking puts when we retested 559.50 during normal trading hours, not just because it already sold off multiple times during extended hours, but because this is green and bullish, and the SPY was having a break and retest. We're not buying fucking puts if it hits a level for puts. If the SPY is going green and fucking bullish, green and fucking bullish, green and fucking bullish on the 30-minute chart, we're staying away from puts. What's the next best level? 563, written in the title. Do you understand? Nobody does that. Nobody tells you exactly where the market's going to crash, what confirmations to use at the overall levels to confirm that's actually going to crash at that level. I give you the best levels, but at the end of the day, you have to confirm it. And in terms of the confirmation, man, there's no fucking reason for fucking puts during normal trading fucking hours because this is all fucking green and all fucking bullish. We all fucking knew, based off of the weekly chart foundation that I gave you, 563 was going to be the best level for puts. So if you're seeing the SPY, it's just sitting. It's just sitting for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 120 minutes, 150 minutes, 180 minutes. We are just fucking sitting for fucking hours at the level. 563 was the best level for puts. It was the exact high of day. Now look when it started to flip bearish. The SPY started to flip bearish when it was sitting at the best resistance level for hours. The SPY began to flip bearish when it formed the first red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation. The SPY began to sell off when it started to go under this previous support. The previous lows of the 30-minute floor cracked, and it formed new lower highs for 90 minutes, new lower high, new lower high, new lower high at the previous support. Therefore, it's overall bearish, and it's not going to fucking spike back to 563. Instead, it's going to sell the fuck back off. And in terms of where it would sell back off to, it would sell back off towards the previous break and retest level. What was the previous break and retest level? Right here, we had a lot of resistance at 557.60, a lot of resistance at 557.50. When the SPY broke above that, we went straight to the 563 level. When the SPY formed a red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation with hours of resistance, cracking this key support on the 30-minute chart, retesting, forming lower highs, retesting, forming lower highs, retesting, forming lower highs. It dropped back down and it retested the previous resistance, previous break and retest level. Therefore, if the 30-minute chart flips green and bullish, it's going to start to spike for a strong bullish recovery where it has a break and retest to spike back up, right? So in terms of my trades, man, I'm going to quickly walk you through this. Then we'll go over the trade that G-Roar ended up making. So as you can see right here, these were the trades that I ended up making today. This was, as of now, my best trading day of the overall fucking week, man. We fucking killed this, man. So in the morning, you guys are well aware, I'm not big on trading during the morning. I'll follow and, take some of the overall trades that G-Roar will call out during the morning trading session because he is the absolute best at that overall morning and he crushes it every single fucking morning. But in terms of the morning play, and this is the second time that this has happened to me this week, I ended up entering a trade during the morning. But this one, I made it very clear that it was a fucking YOLO. That is something that I rarely say. A YOLO is a 50-50 play, and I'll usually size in a little bit lighter on. But every single time this week, the 2 days this week I've entered a morning play, it would quickly drop 50%, and then we hold the trades, and then it recovered and went up 100%, man. So that's been happening, and ended up working out. So I bought calls, 558 calls at 216 cents, directly at the market open. In terms of reasoning for calls, it looked overall bullish. It wasn't at the best break and retest level. But man, if I would have just waited to buy that best break and retest level or bought a second strike at the break and retest level, I would have done a lot better, man. But in terms of starting off my day, man, it wasn't the best start. I ended up buying calls. It wasn't working out. Took a break. And then I ended up selling those calls. So in terms of the calls that I bought, they quickly went. I'm going to show you, man. Look at this. This is why you got to hold your trades and remove your stop losses. Make sure you remove your stop losses and put in your max risk per trade as your entire position size. That way the most you lose is what you put in, and you're not sizing big into the trades. It's your max risk per trade that you're putting in. Most you can lose into the option contract, right? So in terms of these calls, I got in right here at 200 cents, and they dropped all the way to 50 cents. This is why if you trade the trend and you hold the trades, it just comes back to life, man. We go far out of the money where they're cheap, but not far enough to where it's not going to go back in the money, man. So the play dropped 75%. And then as you could see from my entry, it went up 150%. It went all the way to 510 cents. So in terms of this overall trade, I ended up adding to that. It had a small drop, so I was in at 216 cents. I ended up adding, as it had a small drop against me, I added at 199 cents. Then I took a break. And then from there, I ended up selling at 231 cents. So in that overall trade, it was about a 15% return, nothing too fucking crazy. A lot of members held it. They were selling in the 300s. But in terms of this overall situation, look at the improvement, man. So my second trade on the day, and you guys are well aware that I trade best during the power hour trading session. I make it very, very clear that, that's when I trade best, as the CEO of Team Roar in the Power Hour King during the power hour trading session. So with that being said, when I'm buying the second strike, look, I bought the second strike just later into the day. So I made the same exact trade just at a different price. It was the same exact strike. Look, this was my second trade on the day. So my first trade before that, it was a small 15% win. Trade before that, G-Roar had a 100% success rate, nearly 100% on puts. I'll go over that. But take a look at this one. I ended up buying 558 calls again after selling, this time at 51 cents. So previously, those calls bottomed at 60 cents. And then they went to 510 cents, right? So one tip I can give you with the overall options is keep an eye when those contracts lose all their gains off a massive move. If you're seeing contracts go from 50 cents to fucking 500 or 1,000 and they drop straight back down, keep an eye on that for a potential entry, but don't just blindly get into that. That's just something to keep an eye on in terms of option prices, right? But in terms of the reasoning behind this trade, this is why I ended up buying these calls for a strong bullish close. So I got in at 2:35 p.m. So these 30-minute candlesticks, the times you're seeing below right here, these are when they open. So in terms of 2:30 p.m., if you go to 2:30 p.m., I got in on the opening of this 30-minute candlestick, right? So when this 30-minute candlestick closed red and bearish, I bought calls very, very quickly as this was dropping on the 1-minute chart. I didn't even wait for the first 30-minute green candlestick. And the reason behind me not waiting was because I've traded this day before. This same exact pattern, I'm going to show you what the pattern looks like. If you like, you can save it. But basically, the SPY has a spike during the pre-market. It drops, and then that low of the drop is towards a previous break and retest level, which was confirmed in last night's game plan at 554, right? So it looks like this, man. We have this small move up. We have the small move down, right? Kind of looks like a triangle in a sense, or like an upside down V, right? And then you can see right there, it has a break. And it breaks above all of this resistance at 557. This is where all your resistance was at 557.50. Strong breakout. And then it comes crashing back down. In terms of how the crash looks, it kind of looks like a middle finger in a sense. And then it bottoms at the previous break and retest, previous resistance level. This is extremely oversold. So what I'm telling you is I specifically remember this same exact pattern forming on the 30-minute chart throughout another day on the SPY. And this overall 30-minute red candlestick right here is considered trend reversal and bullish if it's at a break and retest level and reasoning for calls. And like I said, the strong reasoning for calls was the break and retest strategy towards this 557 zone, right? And then just understanding I've seen this pattern occur before throughout the past, and the pattern was saying that I was going to try to have a strong bullish close. That was the reasoning behind the calls. So I bought these 558 calls again at 51 cents. As you can see, massive improvement trading during the power hour trading session. I normally don't trade during the market open session, something more I do on the rare side. It's just lately, man, we've been trading so fucking amazing, and I've just been so fucking fired up where I just want to trade non-fucking stop, man. It's just fucking crazy, man. But I really do try my best to sway away from the overall morning because it's just not me. And in terms of lifestyle, it's just not my preference, man. In terms of trading, you got to figure out when you trade best at. And in terms of your lifestyle, if you don't want to trade during the morning, then you don't have to. If you don't want to trade during the middle of the day, then you don't have to. If you don't want to trade during the end of the day, then you don't have to. But in terms of me in general, no matter what, I just trade best during the power hour trading session. It's the best time to trade. Those are when the contracts are the cheapest and the lowest risk. So if you take a look at this trade, man, look at the improvement. This is where I got in. 2:35 p.m., I'm in at the exact lows. Just like the last trade I took, it dropped 50%. The trade dropped to 26 cents, right? It came back to life, went up from fucking 50 all the way to 300. The fucking trade went up multiple 100% profit returns. You could have literally made fucking 300% plus on this, right? So with that being said, man, you could have made 600% on that. So with that being said, man, you could have potentially made a 600% profit return on that. The one before that, you could have made potentially 150% profit return. Now take a look. I kept on adding to this trade. Look. So unlike the last one, I only added once. This one, I was in heavy, and it was not a YOLO. A let's buy is a strong, high confidence setup. A let's YOLO is something we rarely do. It's a 50-50 play that can have a nice win. So I kept adding. I added at 2:42 p.m. You go to 2:42 p.m., I kept on adding. This is where I added right here. So I'm adding as it's consolidating. As it's consolidating, I'm adding. Added at 55 cents, 2:45 p.m. I kept on adding to my fucking calls. Small drop, added at 49 cents. If you see me adding that fucking much, that rapidly, that means it's high fucking confidence, and I strongly believe in this overall setup. In certain situations, when it's just in my blood and I see the fucking chart is setting up perfectly, I'll just keep on fucking adding, man. This one trade alone is going to make my whole entire fucking week. Look at this trade, man. I kept on adding, and then take a look, man. 30-minute is closing green. Who's in fucking calls, right? So this was posted at 2:56 p.m., and I was adding heavily right before that. So the reason behind that was based off of all the patterns, and my understanding of the patterns that I use, the 30-minute chart was closing bullish, and if it closes green and bullish with a break and retest, this is the resistance, this is the break, this is the retest, right? It's going to try to keep on uptrending to the high of this wick, high of this wick, high of this wick, which is why I kept on adding. So you see, once I got that 30-minute green bullish confirmation, you could tell I was very confident, and I kept on fucking adding because it was a stronger confirmation, right? So you can take trades. You could take trades when there's some confirmations, and when you're getting a very strong confirmation, and when you're starting to be green a little bit, that's when you can really start pushing and adding to those fucking winners and setting those fucking profit stops to increase the gains. So made it very clear, 30-minute is closing green. Who's in fucking calls, right? And by the way, not only is our secured private organization at all-time highs, but the watermelon emojis, that's the new addition, are at all-time highs as well. I'm telling you, the group is on fucking fire, and we are holding these trades for the biggest fucking wins within the fucking market, even if they're dropping 50%. And we're able to hold if a trade drops 99%, because the most we put in is our max risk per trade. If you size in big, you're not going to be able to hold because you're going to need to set a stop loss to manage your risk accordingly, or you're just going to blow up your account if you don't use a stop loss. With us, when you trade naked options, you know exactly how much you're going to lose is what you put in. The most you put in is your max risk per trade. If you want to increase your position size, you can double to triple your risk by adding 1 to 2 more R multiples to 2 to 3 R risk, but you're not really risking that because you're adding to winners and you're setting the profit stops, and you're getting profit stopped out. So that's how you can kind of increase your position size and make more gains by really not risking more gains because you're getting profit stopped out regardless, even on the new higher average cost, right? Now, as you can see, man, what comes down comes back to life. Hold the fucking trade. It's like, dude, when we're down 50%, we're holding the trade. We're holding the trade. The trades that we're in that are dropping 50% are going up multiple 100% profit returns. That is a phenomenal risk to return ratio, even though the trades weren't timed 100%. But as you can see, this trade was a massive improvement and such a rapid fire win compared to the last one. And I was adding heavily into it because I was extremely confident on the overall setup and my experience trading the SPY with this overall pattern. So at 2:56 p.m., the profit target was 559.50. That's where I was interested in taking profits, which is 1.5 points above in the money, right? Literally 1.5 points above in the money from my strike. And the market ended up going to 561.50. And I made it very clear, man, to leave runners, because look at this. So 3:27 p.m., I ended up selling at 123 cents, leaving 20% of my position to run for a strong close. You see that? I'm leaving runners for a strong close. In my experience, the market was supposed to have a strong momentum bullish close, which is why I left runners, right? I was so fucking green with all that fucking adding. I'm saying, dude, I'm up 150% now. Part of my P&L really did encourage me to lock in because I was up so fucking much on that trade, like 150%, adding to a fucking winners massively, taking massive size. Like, even though I was very bullish, that was going to be a strong bullish close, like I saw the potential where this can really fucking rock it. I told myself, man, I'm up 150%. I got to get the fuck out of this trade. So I sold 80%. I left 20% to run. And look, I ended up selling my runners at 200 cents a contract. Expect a strong close, 300% win, right? So in terms of that overall trade, you go to 558 calls. As you can see, this is where I was getting in and this is where I was adding. So I got in here, I was adding here, I was adding here, I was adding here. Everything we do is alerted 100% in real time. Trade dropped 50%. We're not sweating because strong bullish close, hold the fucking trade, max risk per trade is what we put into the trade. If expires zeros and go to worthless, then it's a loss instead of getting stopped out. This is where I sold 80% of my position right here for 150% profit return. This is where I sold my runners right here for a 300% profit return. And then it ended up going to 300 where you could have made over a 600% profit return, leaving more runners to run. That's what I ended up doing today. That's the reasoning behind it. As you can see, we're the absolute best zero-day options trading group on the fucking planet. There's not a single person on this fucking planet who gave you a game plan last night stating to buy calls at 554 and to buy puts at 563. That was the exact low and the exact high of fucking day. And I'm showing up using my game plan, using my confirmations, winning every single fucking day, man. Self-sufficiency. So if you go to the overall trades right here, these are the trades that G-Roar ended up calling out. So if you take a look, man, he only ended up making one trade on the day. It varies. Some days there's like 3 to 5 trades on average. There's at least 3 trades per day. But some days there's massive days where there's 8 to 15 trades. And then some days there's only one trade. But everybody knows in terms of Team Roar, it's like this is the strongest foundation, man. Literally the morning trades are wins almost every single time where you could just walk away and call it for the day. Look at this. 550 SPY puts for 59 cents a contract at 9:37 a.m., right? So if you go to 550 puts and you go to 9:37 a.m., this is where we ended up getting in. We got in right here. So as you can see, the trade dropped to 27 cents. Wow. Every single trade we entered today dropped 50% first, came back to life, and went up 100% plus. It's like, it's a good thing that we have a system where there's no fucking stop loss, and we have the entire day to hold the trade. And if expires worthless and goes to zero, then the most we lose is our max risk per trade instead of getting stopped out, right? Most traders, they lose their max risk per trade when they get stopped out. With us, we lose our max risk per trade when the contracts expire worthless and goes to zero. And when we're down, I say it all the fucking time. How many times am I going to say this? And everything I just keep on telling you is just going to keep on repeating. It's just going to keep on repeating. It's just going to keep on happening. You're going to be like, dude, is this guy predicting the future? The history just keeps on repeating itself. Everything he's fucking saying just keeps on happening, keeps on fucking manifesting. It's like, man, losing is a personal fucking choice when you get to this level, man. Like in terms of the level we're on, we've hit the 5th dimension. Past 2022, I've hit the 5th dimension, man. We're no longer in the 3rd dimension. We are in the 5th dimension right now. So with that being said, man, you need to understand we don't use stop losses. What you put into the option contract is the most you lose. The most you lose is if the contract expires worthless and goes to zero. The most you put in is the most you risk, your R multiple, right? So that could be a couple percent of your account. If you can't afford to fucking risk 50 cents of our average contract price, multiplied by 100, $50, don't fucking trade. You can risk $50 to make $150 to $300, sometimes $500 to $1,000 per fucking trade. And we are making multiple trades a fucking day with the highest fucking win rate, with the cheapest, lowest barrier to entry and lowest fucking risk, adding to winners, increasing the size, setting the profit stops to protect our new average cost. And when we have those trades where we don't get profit stopped out and it keeps on going straight up and we move our profit stop up higher and then eventually a big pullback occurs, but we don't stomach that bulk of the pullback because we get profit stopped out, the gains are fucking insane, along with a good entry and the biggest percentage gains and adding to those fucking winners. We have the best fucking system. We have a system that allows us to basically never fucking lose because we trade the fucking trend. We never get stopped out, even if we're down 99 fucking percent. And it comes back to life and goes in the fucking money. 70% of the time we are down, 90% on a play, it comes back to life and goes in the money. Vast majority of the trades we time very, very well and they work out at the speed of light. In a lot of situations, when we're down 90%, we're fucking happy because instead of adding to the fucking loser, we know 70% of the time it's going to come back to life. So we buy a second strike at a cheaper price and it's timed much better than the first trade. Like I just showed you, same strike, 2 different trades. The second trade was hell of a lot better and it's the biggest percentage wins. Our system is so fucking good. We kind of prefer plays that drop 90% because it gives us an opportunity to enter another play that's going to print like fucking insane, and the first one still prints. So we look at it as now we have 2 wins, and the second win is going to be a lot better than the first fucking win. It's like more fucking wins. We figured out a way to make losing a way that we win fucking more. It's like, man, this is fucking genius. Why come nobody else is telling you this, man? I told you, man. In terms of the overall systematics that I'm speaking about, G-Roar is the one who created those systematics that I'm speaking about. In terms of the profit stops, that overall situation with the second strike, G-Roar is the guy who created those systematics, man. In terms of, my overall creation is the technicals. I focused on the 30-minute chart, the curriculum with the levels, the 30-minute curriculum, the confirmations to use at the levels, how to tell if a level is going to be auto buy and auto buy level, how to trade both ways, the overall 30-minute chart, the daily chart foundation, the 30-minute chart foundation, how to trade the overall levels, the game plans, right? And I'm telling you, we've created systems. I've always had a technical analysis system, but once G-Roar came along, he really showed me the mechanics to trading, on how you can mechanically create a system with the asset class that allows you to create the most systems far out of the money option contracts. I'm telling you, in terms of creating systems in this market, if you trade with real money, far out of the money 0-day options allow you to create the most systems. If you listen to all the information I just explained to you, you should understand you can't do that with any other asset class, man. Where we're happy that we're down 90% on a play because it comes back to life 70% of the time, and it's an opportunity to buy another strike at a much better entry where it's bigger gains, and now we're going to have 2 wins if we're right about the overall trend because the dead play comes back to life and the next play is timed a lot better with the best entry. It's like, dude, we're in situations where we're fucking stoked and fucking ecstatic when we're down 90%. Because not only are we going to win more buying a second strike, but we're going to have another fucking win. That first fucking win before that is going to fucking print. It's not far out enough where it's not going to fucking print. We know where the profit targets are, right? We're buying the cheapest, low risk, far out of the money option contracts that are designed to print like fucking crazy and that are designed to go in the money. So, is the first link down below within the description. If you want to fucking print with us, look at this trade, man. Right here. So we're in right here. It drops 50% and then it goes up to 80. It goes to 80 cents at the speed of fucking light. 60 to fucking 80 is nearly a 40% return. That's like 33%, 35%, whatever the fuck, right? You get the point. And we were adding to the trade, doubling a position size, man. And look, 87 cents, green as fuck, puts up 28 cents. Everybody knows with the overall system, it's very, very clear, man. Set profit stops after you are up 10 to 20 cents so you can let renters run and you don't let your trade go from green to red. If you want to do percentage-wise, you can think of 15% as a good foundation to set a profit stop, right? And then, like I said, we're going to have some trades like this where, and especially this happens during market open and power hour. This is when it happens, sometimes middle of the day as well. But we're going to have some trades where, so think about it, man. Look, we're going to have some trades where like this, where the trade just goes like straight the fuck up and until there's a big pullback. So a big pullback ideally is like, 35% plus, you get profit stopped out in between that pullback so you don't get back to bulk of your gains. But what I'm telling you is there's some trades that just go straight up within 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes less time during power hour, like within 10, 20 minutes. They'll go straight up multiple 100% and we'll add to the winners before we're even up 20% to double to triple the gains. And we'll set the profit stop to ensure that, the new risk we're taking on isn't really considered new risk because we're getting profit stopped out even though our average cost increases, right? So in situations where the trade just goes straight the fuck up and we move the profit stops up higher, eventually we get profit stopped out, but we don't stomach the bulk of the pullback because we moved our profit stop up higher. And in those situations, you can make multiple 100% profit returns at the speed of light with double to tripled position size. Think about it like this, man. So like some people are wondering about, well, how much should I size into the trade? Look, man, if you're more on the low risk tolerance with a small account, 5%. So like you can put in 5% of your account, right? So if you have $1,000 account, you can buy one contract. Now, if you want to play on the higher risk side, I would say don't go above 10%. That's what I would say, man. Don't go above 10%. So if you have $1,000, don't go more than $100 on the trade. And even on the SPX trades, they tend to be under 100. So you could trade those, risk 100 to make 300 to 500, sometimes $1,000 plus profit, right? That's what I would tell people, man. 5% to 10% max, right? If you want to be super high fucking risky, then 20% at the absolute max. But what I would say is, man, 5% overall. If you want to be super high risk, 10%. If you're a fucking degenerate, there's really no reason to do this. 20%. If you go above fucking 20%, you're fucking crazy. You shouldn't even be fucking trading. Even above 10% is a fucking lot, man. Obviously, if you have a larger account, don't risk less. The beauty of having a larger account is it allows you to make good dollars. Maybe not the biggest percentage gains, but with the way we trade, no matter how small you trade, whether it's a couple percent, 5% or 10%, no matter what you fucking trade, the gains are going to be fucking explosive. Because like I said, we created the best system where it's cheap, low risk, many trades on the day, biggest percentage gains, add to winners, setting profit stops, doubling to triple the gains, buying a second strike when we're down on a play, holding the plays, highest win rate. If we're down 70% on it, if we're down 90% on a play, 70% of the time it comes back to life. We created a system where if you're taking very, very baby sizes with all the trades combined, you can make multiple 100% profit returns on a day with all those trades combined. So you don't have to size big at all. I'm just explaining to you thresholds to focus on, right? But you could think about it like this. Like let's say let's say you're taking 10% position sizes. So let's say every trade, and again, this is way too high. And like I said, if you have a large account, think more in dollars, not in percentage. Just focus more on dollar gains. Risk less. Don't aim for these crazy percentage gains. That's more for small accounts. You have a small account, focus on compounded percentage growth. If you have a large account, focus on the dollars and what's going to matter for your overall lifestyle goals and just trading in general. Don't risk a lot. Could be 1 to 3% of your overall account. Small accounts, 5 to 10%, right? And I would sway away from the 10%. But let's just use 10% because it's an easy number. Let's say you have $1,000, right? Let's say you have $1,000 and you put in 10% of your account into a trade. That means every single time your contracts go up 10%, your account is going to go up 1%. And our trades are going up multiple 100%. You can literally, if you put in 10% of your account, you can make a 10% return on your account, right? With 100% return. And that's like normal. That's like low for us. The bigger gains, 300%, 400%, 500%, you can make a 30 to 40 to 50% return on your account just by putting in 10% of your overall account into that trade. Just remember though, in terms of holding these trades, we do enter trades that drop 70, 80, 90%. 70% of the time they come back to life. So if you're putting in that much, you might end up selling for a loss because you don't want to be down that much. That's a big drawback, 7, 8, 9% of your account, which is what I say, 5%, ideally the max, so the gains are fucking explosive, man. I just use the 10% because overall that's just the absolute most and that's more degenerate, but it's also just easier with the overall math. But look, man, it's just so fucking simple, man. 10% position size or even 5%. So 5%, every single time the contracts go up 10%, your account's going to go up 0.5%. Pull out a compound interest calculator and mess around with the numbers with your account size and do like 250 days and do between 3 to 7%. Do between 3 to 7%. And with the amount of trades and gains we're making, that's very easy to achieve on a green day. I already explained to you, man. Fucking think about this. 5% position size, right? If the contracts go up 100%, you're going to be able to make, right, 5% return on your account on just one 100% win. Do you understand? If you add up all of our wins combined on our best days, it's multiple 1,000% returns combined on like 8 to 15 trades. So listen to what the fuck I'm saying, man. You can literally make crazy fucking gains on your account, compound it, and turn thousands of dollars into tens of thousands of dollars within a single month, cash the fuck out, do it all over again. Or you can try to aim for a 6-figure account and then just focus more on the dollars rather than compounded percentage growth. But it's very realistic and possible when you have this skill set, man. So I'm trying to show you, man, like that's one way in terms of like, am I sizing in too big? If you're not comfortable with holding to 0, you're sizing in too big, right? I mean, like I said, 5% the absolute most. If you're putting in 5% and that trade goes to 0, you're going to lose 5% of your account, which is a fucking lot. But if it works out, you can make every 100% return a 5% return on your account, right? And again, we're adding to winners, doubling and tripling our position size on certain wins and setting profit stops. And then sometimes we'll go up multiple 100% profit returns before profit stopped out. You're going to need those days, man. Like to get super fucking rich doing this, you're going to need to size in lighter, like 2 to 5% of your account is what I would say, right? If you have a larger account, size less. If you have a small account, size more. But if you have a small account, just focus on 1 to 3 contracts. Just go super light, 1 to 2, 3 contracts, right? And then, like I said, the way to get super fucking rich is to hold the trades, never use a stop loss, add to winners, set profit stops, move the profit stops up higher. You're going to get the most richest on days when we have multiple wins and on days when the profit stop just never gets hit. On days when we enter a win, we add to the win, and it just keeps on going in our fucking favor, and you're setting the profit stop and you're moving it higher. Those are going to be your craziest fucking days. I already explained to you, our best days, we make multiple 1,000% returns. And if you're wondering what it takes to make multiple 1,000% returns with us, you could say like 5 to 10 trades on the day. We'll have trades on SPX, 1,000% on one single trade once a week. So I'm telling you, man, it's possible. Think about it. If you put in 5% of your account, 5% of your account, and you make a 1,000% return on a trade, you just made a 50% return on your account, risking 5% of your account at the absolute max. If you're down 50, 60, 70% on a trade and you don't feel comfortable, you're sizing in too big. So what I would do is cut your position size in half. If you're sizing in at 5% of your account and you're down 50 and you don't feel comfortable, cut it in half. Do 2.5 to 2%, right? So like I said, man, the absolute most you should risk 5% on a trade. If you go above that, you're going full degenerate at 10%. You just need to understand with our system, you need to understand that you are a complete degenerate and you shouldn't even be trading with our overall system if you're taking big risk. If you're taking big size on a trade, now again, I told you, you can double to triple your size and take big fucking size, but only on wins. But you need to set the profit stops on the wins. If you're not going to set the profit stops on the win towards your average cost, then don't fucking do it. You'll blow up your account. Don't take on extra risk, right? So like if your risk is 3%, you can up it to 6 to 10% on a winner and then set the profit stop. And then even if you get profit stopped out, you're still going to have a nice fucking win because you increase your position size, even if you get profit stopped out quickly. And then sometimes you won't get profit stopped out quickly and you make a fuck ton of gains because you doubled or tripled your position size, right? We figured out a way where you can put in an extra 1 to 2R multiples, but you're not really risking those extra 1 to 2R multiples because you're setting a profit stop and you're only adding to winners. It's fucking genius, man. I'm telling you, you need to be in here for our big fucking days where we're having 5 to 10 wins and it adds up to multiple 1,000% returns on all those wins with a 90% plus success rate, right? So I wanted to share all that with you. If you understand our system, we're trading a lot. We're making many trades on the day. We have the highest win rate, the biggest percentage gains. What we do with holding the trades, not getting stopped out the entire day for the trade to come back. When we're down on play, buying a second strike tends to work out vast majority of the time. Adding to the wins to increase the wins, setting the profit stops. With everything I do and with everything I explained, the dumbest and the worst thing you can do is take a big position size, right? And if you're wondering what's fucking big, above 5%. But man, if you want to trade more and make a lot of trades, what you should be doing is sizing in less, like 2%, 3%, and then increasing the winners, doubling to triple your position size when you're up less than 20%, setting the profit stops, move the profit stops up higher. That is how you get rich trading alongside us in the overall system, man. You need to understand, on our biggest days, it can be 5 to 15 wins, 90% win rate with the biggest percentage gain that add up to 2,000 to 5,000% returns, man. Every single day inside of Team Roar, we are going green and printing at the speed of light. Every single day, I've been giving you the best game plan within the market. You cannot name another person who literally told you to buy calls at 554 and to buy puts at 563. It does not fucking exist, man. In terms of our secure private organization, for those who trade and join alongside us, there's always an offer. We'll literally wire $20,000 into your trading account if you can find a better trader or a better secured private organization who has a real-time zero-date options trading alert system that prints non-fucking stop, unlimited winning, and unlimited fucking printing. You need to understand we are the absolute best, and we are truly chosen and gifted to do this in terms of this overall craft of far out of the money zero-date options. If you want to trade alongside us and print, the first link is down below within the description. You can gain access to our real-time zero-date options trading alert system. You can gain access as of now to my trades within the overall chat as well. You can gain access to our secured private network community where you can trade and network alongside traders who have six-figure accounts. Some traders are multi-millionaires with plenty of experience. Some traders, share their ideas, their market analysis, and their trades as well every once in a while. You are going to see not only is this the best secured private organization and community, but we have the best zero-date options trading alert system. Most companies do not offer zero-date options trading alert systems. They just offer buy and sell alerts. With us, part of the systematic aspect is we don't use stop losses. Risk management is the most important thing with us. Like I said, man, if you are taking big position sizes, you are literally taking unnecessary risk. What's going to get you rich is consistency, time in the market, time in survival, and consistency in compounding your account in the market is how to get safely rich. Making more trades with a high win rate gives you higher probabilities to make bigger percentage gains. And it also allows you to get fucking rich with cheap, low risk because we're making a lot of fucking trades that yield, to multiple 100% to multiple 1,000% returns every single fucking day, even if we have some 100% losses. The win rate always outweighs the losing rate, and the percentage gains always outweigh the percentage losses. With zero-date options, you can have two 100% losses in a row, and then you can have one 200% win and be profitable with a 33% win rate. This is the best foundation to be profitable with a low win rate. Any trader knows the best foundation to optimize for is something that is cheap, something that is low risk, something where you can rapidly grow a small account and then pull out and regrow that small account. You don't have to keep on recompounding it, or you can turn it into a lot of money and then just focus on the dollars rather than the quick percentage gains with the small accounts. Your choice, right? But the point is, Having a skill set where you can turn a small amount of money into a large amount of money and then restart small or aim for the six-figure account and then just focus on the dollar gains rather than the rapid percentage compounded gains with the small account is game-changing. This skill set allows you to do that. It's cheap, it's low risk, it's low barrier to entry. The trades are fucking 50 cents. $50 a fucking trade can go to $300 to $500. Every single week, we're having 1,000% wins. If you have a 1,000% win, that means you can lose 9 100% losses in a row and still be profitable up 100% with the next 1,000% win. Every single week, we have a 1,000% win. On our biggest days, if you add up all the wins and losses combined, it yields to multiple 1,000% returns. How the fuck can anybody be read? In terms of being read in our secured private organization, the main way someone could truly be read is taking big position sizes. You know, if you don't have risk management, you got nothing and you have a weak foundation. But to do it with us, that's the most disrespectful thing you can do inside of our secured private organization. Because this style of trading gives you unlimited options to create systems, and it has the best systems for everything. When you're down on a play, it's got the best system, buy the second strike. When you're up on a play, add to win, set the profit stop. When you're fucking sizing in on a play, cheap, low risk, biggest percentage gains, many wins on the day, many trades on the day. No fucking reason to take big sizes with everything I just fucking said. It's like it adds up. Give it a fucking week. It's like your mind's going to be fucking blown. If you're trying to get rich overnight with fucking us, you're throwing away the best opportunity and you're really disrespecting not only our secure private organization, but yourself. It's like, at the end of the day, this is the cheapest, lowest rate to get fucking rich. If you abuse our fucking system, you will get fucking destroyed. I'm telling you. If you don't have risk management, don't even fucking trade, dude. Especially with something that allows you to have the easiest risk management on the fucking planet. It's like, in terms of being profitable, the easiest way to do it is our system. I'm telling you, if you remove the stop loss, you are going to be amazed on how many times you are down 90%. You are down 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90%. And 70% of the time, it comes back to fucking life. Why the fuck would we even sell for a loss if 70% of the time we are down 90%, it comes back to fucking life? It's like, dude, those 3 times it doesn't come back to life, keep the pocket change, man. If I'm down fucking 90%, keep it. I don't want the fucking pocket change. I'm going to hold and get that 1,000% fucking win. I'm going to add to those winners and increase those fucking wins. I'm going to ride or die with that fucking strike and fucking buy the second fucking strike and print. Like, man, wake the fuck up and get in here, man. Roar is at all-time fucking highs. The company is fucking massive. This is the largest zero-day options trading alert system on the fucking planet. Like I said, this is a fucking system. You know, nobody's talking the way I fucking talk because this is a system. And someone's got to create the fucking systems, you know? And if you want to know who fucking created it, I told you, G-Roar created the systematics of the system. I created the overall curriculum and the methodologies of the 30-minute chart, the technical analysis, the daily chart foundation, the 30-minute chart foundation, the levels and stuff like that, man. It's fucking genius. It's the best duo. It's the best fucking combination on the fucking planet, man. Look, if you want to fucking print and you want to fucking win, it's the first link down below within the description, man. But whatever the fuck you do, I don't want to see any fucking person in here taking massive fucking risk. It's possible to make 50% on our big days. Look, taking small risk on our big fucking days, you can make a 50% return on your account. You can make a 50, 100, sometimes even 200% return on your account. Sometimes even fucking 500 to 1,000%. You can make insane fucking returns on our best fucking days, which are going to happen at least once a fucking week, with small fucking risk. Biggest percentage gains, adding to winners, setting the profit stops, many wins on the day, right? You're going to make massive fucking gains. So do not risk a lot. Your big days need to come from smaller risk, more trades, more wins, bigger percentage gains, adding to wins, setting profit stops. That's where your big green days need to come from. If they're coming from 1 to 2 trades, massive fucking position sizes, 15, 20%, 50% of your fucking account. Oh shit, my account's up 20%. If you're doing it that way, stay the fuck away from us. You understand? This is a secure private network. Our goal is to build the best zero-day options trading alert fucking not only system, but community on the fucking planet where the consistency's there. Where we can say, this guy's been with us for a fucking year. He follows the system. He's got the proper risk management. He kills it every single fucking day. That's what we fucking want. We don't want the degenerate gamblers, man. If you're here to just run up a fucking quick bag and then give away a fuck ton of profit and just keep on doing that in this never-ending fucking cycle, or you never fucking grow, don't fucking trade with us, man. We don't want people in who are here to abuse the system. We want people who are going to grow, who are going to fucking grow, man. There's no fucking excuses to be taking massive fucking risk. It is unacceptable with what we fucking have. We are blessed enough to have what we have. Do not abuse the system for something that is not going to last. You know, that's the problem. We're trying to abuse the system. It's not going to fucking last. So why the fuck even do it, man? How many fucking times do people want to learn from their fucking mistakes? If you're going to fucking blow up your account or lose a fuck ton of money, or you're not going to fucking grow abusing the fucking system, why even abuse it in the first fucking place, man? Don't waste your time, money, and energy. So, you trade with us, you print non-fucking stop, you go green every single fucking day, losing's a personal fucking choice. It's the first link down below in the description, man. The results are here. We print non-fucking stop. We take money out of the market, non-fucking stop. Losing is a personal choice. It's the first link down below within the description. Like I said, our secure private organization is at all-time highs. Someone just joined. They said the group fucking rocks, man. William and fucking G. I'm telling you, man. G-Roar and I, it's the best dynamic fucking duo on the fucking planet, man. It's the greatest fucking fuse. I'm telling you, man. You go throughout our secure private organizations, throughout our community, you're going to see people printing, people making gains, non-fucking stop. It is unlimited fucking winning. It is unlimited fucking printing. When you do join our group, do not fall for these scammers trying to impersonate us, these fucking bots. There's people literally paying to set up bots to try to scam our fucking members. It's like, dude, how fucking stupid could someone fucking be? We're not going to fall for that fucking shit, man. They're wasting their time and energy. There's companies out there, they genuinely don't want us to win. They try to fuck up our community, our secure private organization, right? That's why we have to ban people every once in a while. But I'm telling you, the group right now, it's in a very positive spot. We got some great members in here. When you do join to have the best experience, and this is explained when you're in here, just understand, man, I want to make this very, very fucking clear. I will never direct message you. Anything fucking else is fraudulent. This is all we offer. All we offer is the first link down below in the description at this time. It's on wap.com. It's called Team Roar. It's the first link down below in the description. If you get a DM saying anything else, it's a fucking scammer. It's a fucking fraud. It's a fucking impersonator. It's a fucking bot. It's a fucking bot. It's another fucking group trying to fucking grow off of our fucking blood. It's fucking scamming, dude. Stay the fuck away from that shit. If you don't want to receive DMs from anyone, go to your settings on your Discord account, go to friend request, and what you're going to want to do is unselect the fucking, what is it called? The everyone option. Unselect the everyone option. If you unselect that option, what's going to happen is the people who are not in our group, right? There's bots, there's impersonators, there's scammers, and other fucking groups too who are trying to take our fucking members. These fucking idiots, man. It's like they can't run a good, honest business. They have to try to leech off of other people's success. It's like when you have something of value, everyone, in terms of this business, they're all coming to fuck up your community. That's what they're coming to do, dude. We get targeted all the fucking time. But we take care of it at the speed of fucking light, just like our fucking trades. They print nonstop. There's a problem in the group. Take care of it at the speed of fucking light. It's like, dude, these people are not in the group. Do you understand? They're banned. They're fucking scammers. They're impersonators. They're bots, whatever the fuck, right? They're not in the fucking group, right? And with that being said, they can still contact you. They can still contact you and they can still send you a friend request, which is why you should go to your settings and you should go to your friend request settings and just turn off the everyone option. If you turn off everyone, that means everyone, which is people who are not paying to be in our server, people who are not in our server, right? They're not going to be able to contact you. They're not going to be able to send you a friend request, right? And then you could change your settings to where only the people inside of our server can send you a friend request or can send you a direct message. Or you can just make it where literally no one can contact you. That's what I have my settings on. I'm like, dude, I don't need anyone to contact me. You can reach us and chat with us inside of the chat. I don't need anybody to send me a private DM. You understand? Like, I'm good. I got myself. I got friends. I got family. Like, I don't need any fucking media in my fucking DMs. I'm good. I don't have fucking social media like that. G-Roar, he's fucking anonymous. He has no fucking social media. It's like, dude, we're good. We don't want people reaching out and fucking contacting us. We don't want you getting fucking solicited and fucking scammed with this other bullshit and fucking DMs. It's snake games. Fucking DMs, it's all fucking snake games on fucking Discord. We don't get involved with any of that bullshit. You understand? We run a good, honest business, right? You know how many companies are trying to leech off of us and trying to create systems out of our fucking systems, stealing our fucking plays, or waiting for our trade to drop 70%, then buy a trade on the opposite side or on the first side. It's like, dude, so many fucking people are trying to use us for their own fucking advantage, man. It's fucking unreal on what you can do and what's happening with far out of the money zero day options, man. It's fucking insane. So anyways, man, we want you to have the best experience when you join, and we want the community to be secured. because if there's a fuck ton of bots DMing everyone, that could potentially slow down our server. There's been times, it happened twice, there was unusual activity in the DMs. The server vanished. People thought we got removed off of Discord. People thought our server got banned from Discord because it disappeared for a couple minutes. It happened one time. This stupid fucking team raided us. We got raided by another fucking team trying to solicit our fucking members into their free shitty fucking group. And the fucking server disappeared when I was in spy calls. It's fucking crazy, man. It's fucking insane. Our server disappeared. We got raided so fucking badly by so many people and so many fucking bots. When I was in a fucking trade, nobody can access the server. This happened for different reasons too, in terms of total. 3 times. I think this happened 3 times where our server literally disappeared. It's like, that's what I'm saying, man. It's fucking crazy. We've been attacked multiple times, but every single time we come back stronger and better. And it only disappeared for like a couple minutes. But man, it's like during those couple minutes, some people thought, they're like, dude, is this the end? Did the server get deleted? What the fuck happened? Because Discord didn't say shit. The server just disappeared, man. It's fucking crazy. So like I said, man, don't reply to these fucking shitheads. They're getting a little bit more creative. As you can see, we got GEERAVVR. So we got a double V. They're getting a little bit more creative, right? GVAR, whatever the fuck, right? They're getting a little fucking creative, man. But just don't get fucking scammed into this shit, man. I already told you what to do. And you need to understand, this is not just with Discord. It sucks. If I was the fucking CEO of Discord, I would fix this shit. I wouldn't allow this shit, right? But all you can do is what I said. You go to settings, you go to friend request, disable that shit. Disable everyone. Why would you want everyone to solicit you, who's not in your fucking group, to try to scam you, to try to bot you, to try to raid you, to try to fuck up your shit some way, disrupt your server, slow shit down, ruin the experience for other? Why would you want that? Why would you want everyone to try to be your friend? And if someone's trying to be your friend on Discord, 99.9% of the time, they're not trying to be your friend. They're just trying to fucking scam you somehow or some way, or try to use you for some fucking way. It's like, dude, don't get involved with that fucking shit, man. Just stay secured, have a positive experience. I mean, at the end of the day, people in here, like, we don't know these people. These are random people. These are our customers, right? We give them the best experience. But in terms of this industry, I'm going to be very honest with you. You can't really trust anyone. This is a terrible fucking industry, man. There's people in this industry. There's some wicked people. They want to fucking, like, sacrifice and all this fucking crazy shit. Like, this is a terrible industry in terms of this business where honesty and trust, it's like, dude, it's very hard to find. So I'm just explaining to you. If you're in our group and you want the best experience, you know what to do. And like I said, man, if we get fucking raided again, we don't want the server disappearing. We're in a trade for a couple fucking minutes. If you can just do that for us, the less problems, better experience for fucking everyone. I'd really appreciate it if you can do that. Like, why the fuck would you want strangers in your fucking DMs? It's like all they're going to do is try to use you, abuse, scam, just fuck up the server. It's no good, man. Don't reply to these people. Don't respond to them. They're just a bunch of fucking scammers, man. It's fucking crazy. Look at this, man. Wonka back in 2021, man. Gosh, $600,000 profit, man. Fucking insane, man. Like I said, man, we got some big hitters in here. So, there's the first link down below in the description. If you want to make this your best fucking year, the time is now, man. The time is absolutely now. You can make this your best year, man. Look at this. Biggest stock market crash, 563. Look at the high of day, 562.94. The fucking low was the break and retest level. It's like, dude, nobody's on our fucking level, man. We give you the best opportunity. That's why I say, man, if you can't figure out within time how to be green with us, it's like, we're the truth. We give you the best trades. We give you the best curriculum. We give you the best levels, the best game plans. The quickest tell to see if trading's not for you is just trading with us. You use my stuff. You're self-sufficient. You're disciplined. You're doing everything we're saying. You're becoming better. You're growing. If you're not profitable within time, then, dude, trading's just not for you, because we're the absolute best, man. At least with us, you get to quickly figure out in a sense if it's for you or not, because we're the absolute best, man. It's the highest win rate, the best curriculum, the best game plans, the best fucking levels. It's like, dude, losing's a personal fucking choice, man. And it's not for everyone. Not everyone's going to be successful with our platform. In terms of day trading, 0 dates, 98% of people lose money. But at the end of the day, our format works. We have a massive loyal base who's been with us for over 2 years now. And, for some people, it takes a long time to click, but once it clicks, it's life-changing. For others, it just doesn't work out and they quit and give up. And that's completely fine. You can always try again and come back later. But trading's not for everyone in general, man. But the quickest way to figure that out, I'm telling you, you trade with us. You want to figure out if this is for you or not, trade with fucking us. If you're not leveling up, if you're not improving, if you're not getting better results, we don't expect you to be profitable right away, then it just might not be for you, man. But I'm telling you, once you got the system down, the third eye, and the discipline to do what you're supposed to do with proper risk management, you should be improving like fucking crazy, man. I'm telling you, the worst thing you could do in here is take big position sizes. It's the most disrespectful thing you can do. We figured out a way how to win when we're down 90%, 70% of the time. Do you understand what I just said? We figured out a way to win 70% of the time when we are down 90%. You sizing in big, and I don't give a fuck if you're not using a stop loss and let it go to zero regardless. You sizing in big is going to blow your account up, right? And it's not going to allow you to experience that 70% of the time winning when we're down 90% on a play, right? And you're going to see the vast majority of the plays, we're not even down 90%. But in terms of today, every play dropped 50% at the speed of fucking light. If your stomach feels a hit on that, you better be sizing down, dude. Size down in your fucking size, man. I mean, that's another way to tell. But like I said, man, 5% max, you can keep it at 2 to 3. That's a good benchmark. 2 to 3 is a good benchmark. Even 3 is considered high. 5% is fucking high. 10%, you're fucking degenerate, fucking crazy. Fucking above that, it's like, dude, you're just fucking gambling at that point. It's like, if you abuse the system, you are gambling. If you don't have risk management, at the end of the day, you're gambling to an extent. And if you're gambling in a system that fucking works, where you don't have to gamble to be successful, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? If you want to go fucking gamble, then find a way to, this is what I'll say. Find a way where gambling is gambling. Don't gamble on something where it's not fucking gambling. With the system we have and everything I just explained to you, that's trading. That's not fucking gambling. We get it. Most people lose money with this style and they're shit and they don't have the systems. Well, we're the fucking best. We have decades of experience. We're the fucking chosen ones. We're the absolute best at doing this, right? Most people think it's gambling because they're fucking shit. But what I'm telling you is, if you're going to gamble your money, at least gamble on something where it's just pure gambling. If there's no edge, if there's no strategic system and you know it's just pure gambling, like the fucking slots. If you just want to go and play slot machines and gamble, then by all means, gamble, have your gamble money and play slot machines. That's respect. You understand? If you want to gamble, then gamble in a respectful way. But if you're going to gamble in a way where it's not fucking meant to use to be fucking gambling and you could be successful not gambling, that's disrespectful, man. So that's what I'm saying, man. If you want to gamble and have some fun when the markets close, you know, play the fucking slot machines. What fucking edge is someone going to have in playing slot machines? I don't see what edge you can really have in playing a fucking slot machine. But if you want to fucking gamble, then by all means, go fucking gamble. It's a free fucking country. But don't fucking gamble on something that is not considered gambling. That is disrespectful, and that's just abusing it. Like, dude, that's fucked up, man. If you want to fucking gamble, find something to gamble on where it's just gambling. There's no edge. There's no fucking nothing like that. You're just gambling your money away. That's completely fine if you want to fucking do that, right? Just understand, you know, max risk per gambling. How much are you willing to risk to lose for your overall gamble? It's just for fun, right? But anyways, man, don't fucking gamble with us. It's disrespectful, and you're not gonna fucking last, and that makes us look bad, man. Look, we got the highest retention rate. 90% of our clients stay with us. They don't cancel the subscription. They just keep on fucking staying because they see the potential. They're getting results. They're growing. They're learning, right? So there's no need to fucking cancel if it's a good fucking investment, unless they've grown so much where they just no longer want to experience this, right? I mean, some people have grown so much they literally just stay for the community or just for some of the overall trades, right? They could apply that with their confirmation. It's far more than just trade alerts, right? But what I'm telling you is, man, if you are going to gamble with us, just don't fucking join, dude. We're not here to entertain it. It's not fucking comedy. We don't find it funny. It's just disrespectful. Like I said, if you want to go fucking gamble, hit the fucking slots. If you want to make entertainment about it, start a YouTube show or something about fucking slot machines gambling or some shit. It's just like, dude, do not use our systems for gambling. It's disrespectful. If you want to gamble on something that's pure gambling. That's what I would recommend for you. So it's the first link down below in the description if you want to trade alongside us. With that being said, I'm going to be signing off.